We've been making detailing YouTube videos for the last 4 years, and I believe all the work that we put into this channel has culminated in this moment right now with what's behind me in this garage. The only thing we can show you today is what's behind door number 1. You guys are never gonna believe us when we show you what's behind door number 2, but that's gonna come later. So without further ado, let's show you what's behind door number 1. Oh boy. That's a 1988 Cadillac Coupe DeVille with 33,000 miles. Last plated in 2003, I believe. We had to take the plate off to respect the privacy of the owner, but wait till you guys see the interior of this car. I've already seen it. Mike hasn't seen it yet.
I'm already floored by what's behind me, but I'll focus on this. This Cadillac is sweet. I like Coupe DeVilles a lot. My dad used to have a Cadillac when I was younger, and I always loved them from that, but.
So we can't see too much because we're gonna actually pull this out today and then clean up this whole area so that we can move some of the other cars and actually help the owner of these vehicles replace the garage doors. So we're gonna help clean up this whole entire place and make sure these cars are stored in a safer, more proper place that they absolutely deserve. First, I need Mike to see the interior of this Cadillac.
Oh, the white. Dude, that's beautiful. Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Dude, this is so 80s.
Brett, get in there. Go ahead. Show everyone.
That interior is beautiful.
It's a time capsule.
Those are couches.
The leather is still super soft. The foam hasn't hardened. This garage at one point was heated. It was completely walled off. There was no critters in here, and time waits for no man and apparently no cars because it is covered now and it's no longer heated. This is one of the craziest barn finds we found. What's behind me? What, you think 10 times crazier?
20 times crazier.
20 times crazier.
This thing only has 30,000 miles too, dude. It's a baby.
It's a time capsule, but dude, the interior is seriously
I had no idea.
Look at this, man.
The detail here is beautiful.
Yeah. In order to gain trust with the owner, we told him that we would start with this car first, show him the work that we do, show him respect, make sure that he knows that we are young, hardworking men, and then we'll get the opportunity to do what's behind door number 2. You guys, oh man, I've never been so excited in my life. I swear, I can't sleep at night anymore. So the first plan of action is to sweep all this out. Then we'll move all the items to the left of the car to make sure we have the space to drag it out. We'll pump the tires up and get the sucker out into the sunlight and get the first look with daylight.
So starting to sweep everything out, I can say this car hasn't moved in 21 years, and then everything else in the garage hasn't been touched since the 80s. I won't say how many other vehicles are in there, and you did already catch a little glimpse of one that's in there, but we don't want to spoil what's coming up. Just make sure you're subscribed to this channel because the next few videos are going to be absolutely insane when you see what we found. There is nothing else on the internet like what's in this garage, but the owner of the garage, who's not in this video at all, we want to keep him private, allowed us to take everything out of it, and we found mounds and mounds of raccoon feces everywhere, which was just some foreshadowing for what we would find later inside the car, which is not a fun time. And I mean, look at this garage door. You can tell it has not been moved in a very long time. But for the question of the video, leave your answers in the comments below. I want you guys to try to guess what else is in the garage behind door number 2. I'll tell you there's multiple vehicles, which is going to mean a couple videos from us, and we believe they're the lowest mileage of those vehicles in the entire world, but leave your guesses down below.
Oh, gross, dude.
Pick it up.
Man,
Oh, that's gross.
I think this is a raccoon head.
Ew.
Dude, look at its teeth.
Oh my god.
That thing's gnarly. Oh,
That's crazy.
yuck. Well, we know, I think this is a raccoon. We know raccoons are in here, I guess.
And now with the tires pumped up, we were able to load the Cadillac up into our trailer, finish cleaning up this side of the garage, and get back to the shop and take a good look over it.
All right, so we're back from the farm with the Cadillac Coupe DeVille, and you can obviously see that the paint's covered with all this dust and garbage and poop from the garage, the barn that we pulled it out from. Being that it's only 33,000 miles, I have high hopes that the paint's actually pretty nice, and then the dirt basically acted as like a protective layer against, you know, the critters running up and down the paint and raccoons and whatnot that were in the garage. Like I just mentioned all about the raccoons, we have piles of poop. We had to use a front end loader to get the poop out of this garage for the future cars. So you guys, again, got to stay tuned to see how much poop. If you're not interested in the cars, a lot of poop. More poop than you've ever seen.
It's true. There was a lot of poop.
Anyway, we're gonna give this car hopefully a wheels off detail. And if you come down to the wheels, I've never actually seen white walls that are split like this. I love that styling. But in order to get these hubcaps off, we have to find the key that would release the lock to allow us to pull off these center caps. It'll also make it a lot easier to polish.
The inside of this car is ridiculously beautiful. It's in such good shape and it's just gorgeous. What I really like about this car is the burgundy interior matching the burgundy top and the burgundy paint. And then with the white walls, the white lines, the white interior. I just think it's such a cool spec. It's very 80s. Brent loves burgundy, by the way. He likes light burgundy. Brent really wants to wrap his future car light burgundy. So maybe you'll see that in the future. Maybe the distant future, Brent. All right, let's get this thing open. That was too smooth.
Oh man.
Whoa,
That smells like poop.
dude.
Jeez.
How'd he get over there?
You know what's great? Yeah, actually that's a very good question. He must have been like,
Yeah, he likes.
oh, I shut it, sorry. I was trying to act out how the raccoon must have been smashed in there taking a dump.
Oh, they tore this all apart. Dude, they took every single piece of this.
You think the raccoons did that?
100% they did that. They made a nest with it.
Dude.
They just carefully left all of the plastic for us.
Actually, no, you're dead on because look, there's
Yeah.
not one of these plastic.
That's gone. They're all there.
They're all.
That's
Oh
impossible
my-
to do.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's impossible to do.
Wow, this is the only remaining piece.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, that's crazy.
He probably couldn't squeeze up in that area to get it.
Let's go ahead and get rid of all these turds.
Yeah,
and
start vacuuming them up.
Okay, so after vacuuming up all that raccoon poop and then taking the wiper blades off, I figured where there's smoke, there's probably fire. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this weather stripping off. Got some more poop, and then I think what we're gonna do is actually remove this shroud that covers the blade, the action of the wiper blades, and see what's under there. All right, hang on. We have some lines. It looks like.
Yeah.
All right, there's gonna be one. Ooh.
Oh,
man, look at that.
That's gross. See, that's exactly why we need to take that out.
It's huge.
Ugh.
Yeah, look at them hoarding all the plastic bags. They love plastic bags, and apparently this was some of the fiber from the heat shield under the hood here. Oh yeah, there's a couple more turds in there. Man, this thing's a Cadillac Coupe DeVille.
So it's really important that we actually took this all apart and cleaned out this area. This is where the cabin of the Cadillac gets its air from for its AC or its heat. Typically on cars from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, all the air comes from this general area, and a lot of times rodents do get in there and make nests. If you have a barn find, it's a great idea to check down there because this can blow some seriously nasty stuff throughout the entire interior.
So we're gonna put power to the car to open the trunk and hopefully search for that hubcap lock. But I just wanted to show that the raccoons and rodents did a number on the housing for the electrical, and thankfully the electrical looks all right. So also, side note, these terminals that go into the side of the battery, they're dumb. They're very, very dumb, and I hate them. Anyway, Mike, do you have power? No?
See? I am powerless.
No power?
As we can see here, whatever rodents were in here had fun with these wires and probably some other wires that we can't see. This is something also that's very interesting I've never seen before. This must be some kind of like little relief valve on top. So I don't really know why this would happen, where the pressure would come up and a little bit of oil would come out. That's weird. If you guys know why that would happen, how it would pressurize to come out at the top, let us know.
All right, guys, good work today. Catch you in the morning for the wash.
I started losing my hair when I was 18 years old, and now every night I dream of what my life would be like if I still had hair. If I had used Keeps, I would have had professional care for hair loss that's convenient from the comfort of my home without ever having to visit a doctor's office or pharmacy. Treatment would have been delivered right to my door on my schedule with the flexibility of 3, 6, or 12-month delivery options. Plus, I could have adjusted, paused, or canceled my plan at any time. Keeps offers hair thickening shampoo, conditioner, and styling pomade. These products work together to complement your treatment plan and enhance results by making thinning hair look thicker using a special formula designed by hair loss experts. Male pattern baldness is a genetic condition that affects 2 out of every 3 guys by the time they are 35. My mother must have known that I was going to go bald after meeting my father, who's also bald, which is probably why she named me Richard and not something cool like Ricardo.
Thanks to Keeps for sponsoring this video and for the free product that I wish I'd had when I needed it most. So go to keeps.com/WD detailing for a special offer, and just remember that individual results may vary. I gotta get back to work. Something really cool about this Cadillac is the keys have a gold coating on there, and I'm wondering if it might actually be like real gold, like a 24 karat gold flake on top, because it is starting to wear away. Either way, anyway, we couldn't get power to the car. I'm not sure if there's something, a ground that's disconnected or what, but thankfully we have the trunk key and of course the cool sliding Cadillac emblem that reveals the actual keyhole. Ugh. Oh, but it's perfect. Mike.
Oh, dude.
Mike.
Wait, is it empty?
It's brand new, but all the cans are empty. They popped at some point.
You don't know that this happens. If you just leave cans in there for long enough, they'll just end up leaking out eventually. So all these cans.
Open it.
There we go. Look at that. It's popped. The top popped open.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what happened here. Then it might be like, yeah, this one's kind of exploded.
Hit your bro with a can.
Yeah.
The air's still in here. I just popped it now. That's crazy.
Here, the actual aluminum deteriorated here. May 19th, 03. So 21 years ago, this was put in the trunk. So he probably bought it, parked the car, forgot about his awesome Mountain Dew Code Red.
And this guy right here. And this looks like the special wrench right there. Sweet.
So now we're here to remove the wire wheel caps. I'm not gonna use this original tool for now. I'm gonna use our little nylon pry tool to get this off. I wanna avoid any damage. And comes off easy enough. It should just lock in. There we go. So nobody can steal your caps, because regular caps just pop right off, and anybody can take them if they want. Good luck finding this tool nowadays. Bang. Wow, how beautiful is that? We have to get all these wheels off, and we have to get this car jacked up in the air so we could have it on stands.
So when we're cleaning wheels with white walls, I think the white walls are actually one of the most fun parts to actually clean. And what we use here is our Puro all-purpose cleaner and an SOS pad for the white walls, and an iron remover for the rims, which we are going to be coming out with a dedicated rim cleaner soon. But with enough love, you can make these wheels that haven't been touched in 21 years look brand new. And while we're here, we're going to polish out these hubcaps too to get rid of all the surface rust and make them shinier before we put them back on the car, along with polishing the Cadillac symbol and cleaning out the wheel wells really good. Now we're gonna get into the actual wash, but first we need to go into the engine bay and clean back here so we could put a plastic bag over the intake that goes into the car. Otherwise, a bunch of water is gonna go into it and we do not want that. And for our pre-rinse, you already know we're using the best all-purpose cleaner on the market, Puro. If you want to try it out, it's in the description below. And this clip right here is strictly for all the Brent fans who all say that I sit behind the camera and I never actually detail. I told Mike, hand over the pressure washer, let me take care of this trunk. There you go. I just give the people what they want. But as we clean this part, watch how beautiful this paint is. I cannot get over this color. And while we're over here, we're also going to clean behind the gas door, which makes me want to ask, when was the last time you guys cleaned behind your gas door? I feel like that's not a frequently cleaned area, or it gets missed a lot. And do I even have to tell you why we cleaned the roof last? While we're here, we're also going to quickly cover the vinyl in our all-purpose cleaner and then use a brush to agitate it in and then rinse it all away to get it into those pores and really get it clean.
All right, so before we wash the engine bay, I'm doing even more vacuuming because once this stuff is wet, it's impossible to get out. And while I was digging in there, I found something. Mike and Brent haven't seen it yet. No, you look away. It's a surprise.
Definitely a good surprise.
It's corn.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
It used to have the knobs.
Dude,
It's got no
crazy.
juice. It's got no juice. There is so much crap that's, it used to be even more before I vacuumed it all out between the pulley assembly and the skid plate. So I think before we go any farther, we should drop that pan and see what lies beneath.
Dude, I can see all of it from this side right here, RJ.
All the poo.
Yeah. It's ready to come out. Oh. Oh, that was good.
Wowie. That's a lot of poo. All right, so after we vacuumed out the engine bay, we figured we would go ahead and check the air box just to make sure that nothing had crawled in there. And to be honest, they did a really good job in sealing these. I mean, a lot of cars that we work on, you know, the top layer of the filter is just covered. And not only does this one look pretty clean, I mean, there's a little bit of stuff in there, but I wouldn't say anything that's too egregious. Not bad. They did a pretty good job at sealing all this up, and this filter's pretty clean. So we're gonna put all that back together and wash the engine.
And if you remember us taking them off earlier, now we can clean these intake and engine shrouds. And lastly, before putting down soap, we're going to wash the undercarriage.
So we put a battery in the Cadillac, but unfortunately we're still not getting power. So I don't know if maybe the raccoons ate through one of the grounds, but it's not working. So I was smart enough to purchase something called a power probe. I bought this for this very reason when we couldn't get power to one of the seats, so we could bypass the actual battery of the car and hook this power probe up to external battery. And then what you do is you go ahead and find the circuit for the seat rail. In this case, we were having trouble reaching these. As you can see, I was able to get the seat to move forward. But what you do is you connect it. You connect the ground to one side of the circuit, and I'm not an electrician, so I might be botching this. And then you test the other connections until you find the one that moves the seat. Pretty cool. And then when you want to go the other way, you change the connection. You put it on the other wire, and then touch it the other way, and move the seat forward. So
That's pretty cool.
that's freaking cool.
Now the reason we needed to do that is so we could get the seat out and we could vacuum everything and clean the carpets underneath. And this carpet's so beautiful, it's in such good shape along with the rest of the interior, so we're going to extract it now so it has time to dry. And for the rest of the interior, we're going to be using all-purpose cleaner with some magic erasers and soft bristle brushes, and that's really the extent of it.
All right, so in the trunk of the Cadillac, we saw that Mountain Dew was in there. I'm kind of concerned if everything kind of spilled out. So I'm gonna remove this really nice Cadillac carpet thing that they got and this and see what kind of damage it did. Hopefully it's not too bad. You can see all this red staining. That's from that for sure. So that's good. I expected this to be a lot worse. This is a little bit heavy, a little bit sticky and gross, but we'll be able to clean out under here all this mess and we should be okay.
So the Cadillac is all prepped for polishing, but before I start, I wanted to show the condition of the paint. So we have a bit of oxidation, and then we have some of the etching left over from the raccoon poop and all that dirt and debris that was left on the car. But the paint's actually in really, really good shape. Believe it or not, the dirt acted as a protectant and kept this paint in really, really good condition. And so I did a couple test spots to see what I was going to need to do in order to make the paint look nice again. And I thought I was going to have to compound a lot of the vertical, or rather the horizontal facing panels, the ones that, you know, all the dirt was sitting on. But because it wasn't in the sun, it wasn't heat cycling a ton. And this is just a quick light polish. And look how nice the paint turned out. So that's definitely gonna be the plan of action. We're not gonna go super crazy on this car because it doesn't need it. I'll even show you what the back looks like after. I mean, look at the difference. This is a light polish, and we're getting that finished. So that's gonna be the plan of action. I'm gonna do a 50-50 on the front hood, and we're gonna see the before and after. One thing I have to mention is we do have a painted white pinstripe down the whole entire body of the car. So I will have to be conscious of this so that I don't wear that down and we start to see the red come through the white. So we're gonna be careful in this area particularly, but I think this is actually gonna be a pretty easy polish.
And lastly, this car is covered in chrome, so we polished all the metal and dressed the tires. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel because of what we have coming. And also stick around until the end of the video because I threw in some funny stuff from behind the scenes of our ad that we did in this video. It was really funny and we really enjoy filming these Keeps ads. Go.
Thanks to Keeps for sponsoring this video. Stop smiling at me, dude. Thanks to Keeps for sponsoring this video. Friend.
Call her name when I get past you. Call her name.
Wait, his boss got fingers. Sorry.
RJ, call her name. Oh.
Honey.
Oh, she's good. All right, one more.